Hello and welcome to my video. Today's going to be face cam, no sprites today, like in my series that I'm so happy with how it's going so far. So today we are actually covering a subject that resonates with me due to the fact that I witnessed all of this. Many of us too. As you can see the thumbnail and the title, we're focusing on false accusations. Now we're going to look at what happened in 2020 with the false allegations against Brendan Urie, deleting our Panic at the Disco. That's why he's in the thumbnail, because we're looking at the false allegations against him. Now, disclaimer, like usual, please do not send any hate or harassment to anyone mentioned or implied. Any hate or harassment in the comments will be deleted, however I will keep note of what they were, just in case anyone brings them up, because I'm going to try and keep my credibility, unlike some people. Sorry for being a bit shady. Now, everything I do mention, as well as something else, are all in this folder that I've made. I do not make huge documents, I don't make 91-page Google Docs. I just make a simple drive that's hopefully simple, so that people can read through it themselves. Okay, so there are quite a few trigger warnings that I will mention now, so I can get them out of the way. If any of these topics you cannot handle, please click off. There is the mention and talk of sexual assault. There is an image, 2 images of broken ankle, because that comes in one of the stories that we have to talk about. There's going to be 2 images of a broken ankle. So when they do pop up, I'm going to warn you anyway, but mention it now. There is no blood. There is no blood at all. Just making that clear. And there's also going to be death threats, rape threats, and also talk of suicide. The second one, the rape threats, that's going to be in the statement. That's going to be in the drive, because I do not personally feel comfortable putting it up in a video. You can go read it for yourself, because it is very heartbreaking to know what this person went through. Actually went through. So, who is Brendan Urie? Brendan Urie is the lead singer of Panic at the Disco. He's been in Panic at the Disco since the start. He's the only original member left. So, get that out of the way. So, in 2020, 2 people mainly decided to come up with false accusations against him. It was one after the other. We're going to focus on Cam and Leah, because they are always brought up when someone puts sexual assault and Brendan Urie together. There is Ryan Ross, however, that's disproven by Ryan himself. So, let's get into it. So, we know they're false because there's hard evidence to prove they're false. It's not even just he said, she said. It's hard evidence. So the first of the 2 is going to be Leah. Yes, chronologically, Leah comes second. However, Leah is just the easiest one to talk about. So, as you can see here, I have my editing skills. Leah claimed that they were assaulted on the 7th of June 2011, the Vices and Virtues concert at Cleveland. I want you to remember this, because Brendan could not stay. He rolled his ankle and broke it. So, he tweeted this, which my editing skills are going to put in. So basically, he could not stay at the show. He had to go to hospital. Seen photo here. Magic. But yes, this tweet is still up today. I went and got this screenshot for this. I didn't go through the archives that we all have, the community have, to get it. I went, searched this up, and found it. It's still up. So, Brendan was in hospital when Leah claims she was assaulted. Like, if you don't believe Brendan broke his ankle, I want you to look away now. Because I'm just gonna pop up 2 pictures of his ankle. Because he was actually injured. As you saw, he was on a stretcher, going into an ambulance. So, here is the first photo of the broken ankle. It's a close-up one that you can really see that it's broken. Now the second one is actually him on stage around the song Always, because he liked to. It was Vices and Virtues, and Always is a song of Vices and Virtues. So as you can see here, he's showing the crowd his rolled ankle, his broken ankle. Because it's like the shock, like, oh shit. So you can see it's very swollen. So how can someone assault someone after a show, even though they were literally on their way to hospital? It's just common sense. It's impossible for it to actually happen. Now, the next one is Cam. Now, I could not get a proper screenshot of everything that Cam alleges, because it's like people like put in like a giant like photo and it's like all blurry, which is shit. But I will give a quick recap of what happened. So Cam claims that at the 2009 Coca-Cola Zero Fest in South Africa, that after the festival, they went onto a train and Brendan assaulted them on the train. Now, in the tweet that you see later, they claim there was a thigh touch while standing. Okay? But I want you to think about this literally. So after a concert, the band's all tired. It is Ryan, John, Spencer and Brendan. 4 guys, not the originals, apart from 3 of them. One of them is not original, John. He replaced someone. So they're all tired from playing. As Brendan states, they're all dead tired after playing. So why would they go to a train station almost 5 hours away? Just Brendan. Why would he split up from the rest of the band to go to a train station over 4 hours away? Because that was the nearest train station at the time. Wouldn't he go back to the hotel with his band like he was going to anyway because he was tired? Why does he need to get on a train when he and the band have transport to the hotel? And wouldn't the hotel be closer than going 4 hours to a train station? Just realistically, you would have... Why would you need to travel 4 hours to a train station when the hotel is close and the rest of your friends are there? We all booked to stay. So that's out of the way. So I wanted to say something as well. There's also something else about Leah. So someone actually found something pretty funny out. It's a story. A literal story. It was from a fan fiction. Here is the fan fiction in question. Someone actually found it. They took an extract from the fan fiction. Like, what? Not to mention, one of these two actually accused Josh Dunn of sexual assault. So, let's say that. Because they're proven liars. We can clearly say that. They were proven to be liars through hard evidence. Now, there is something serious. That's the effect of this. Still, people still take it as fact and do not question it. A certain news outlet posted this, which only elevated things. I don't think people understand some of the shit some of us have gone through because of this. So, it's healthy to question, but we should never take things as fact because you never know if they're going to be fiction. Like, most of modern history is whitewashed and shit. For example, I'm not comparing the two, I'm just saying not everything you see is fact. Some of it is fiction. Like these 2 allegations. So, let's get into the effect. So, there was one main person who found literally almost all the evidence. Well, compiled it. And I'm not going to say their name, because I've not had permission to say their name. I haven't asked them if I can say their name. So I'm not going to say it because I know some people are just going to cross the line. And that's not allowed. Crossing the line shows how much you don't care. And that line is hate and harassment. So, yeah. When this all came out, people were like, ah, shit, he did this. When in reality, he didn't. And people use this to bring up stuff from his past that he's already apologized for. So, the effect. So, there will be a folder with death threats. I'm not even exaggerating. Now one of these, well, 2 of these in my experience. Now, the first one is someone telling me to choke. The classic. It's like the classic one. Like, choke, random gif. It's just like the classic at this point. Now, the next one is from someone who's known to do this. They're known to send death threats. Violet. It's funny because they no shade to anyone in the Water Parrots fandom on Twitter, but they were a fan, and like people in the Water Parrots fandom were like, actually, Violet's a terrible person, and this person, the main person who compiled all the evidence to prove that Brandon was innocent, literally was like, I've been telling you guys for ages now. Yes, this is what Violet said to me. Very colourful choice of words. It's like a cheerleader. No offense to any cheerleaders. But my experience is not like measurable to this person's experience. Now, here is a conversation that she had with someone. These are going to be in that folder. So I'm going to just talk about it while these pop up on the screen. So this person was telling this person to end their lives. And they went into detail about this was recent. This was just before Christmas-ish. And like all of this is extremely unacceptable on every single level. Because they said so many horrible things. And now that's all been shown. I wanted to show something else. This person was added to a hate group, specifically to hate on her. And this is what they said. This is what 2 people said. They admit to harassing her and say that she deserves the harassment when she really doesn't. No one does. I don't care what someone does. Harassing them is out of line. If they're a pedophile, harassing them is not the same as holding them accountable. That goes for every single situation. Okay? So, there's that. And their statement about what they've been through due to it, I'm not going to show. Like I said, because there is mention of rape threats. And I do not feel comfortable showing this. So it's going to be in the drive if you dare read it. Okay. Now, the last screenshot I'm going to share is needed some context. So this person's boyfriend committed suicide. This is widely known. And people like to, make jokes about it and blame her for it. This is an example of what they do. And I don't think people understand how hurtful this is. And it's not right to joke about someone's suicide or blame someone for someone's suicide. And also this was actually recent. This person had, what's your New Year's resolution? Question on Instagram. And someone put this. I'm not going to read it out because you can see what it is. Someone went to their profile, looked through their stories, saw that, decided to write it. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say it. Okay. Now to close. Do not take everything you see as fact, because you never know, someone may bring full hard evidence to show that it's fake. And if someone is able to prove that something was false, you accept it. You can never say something is false that has actually been established as fact. Like saying that Brendan sexually assaulted Cam or Leah. That is false. It's been proven. Trying to state it as a fact or use it to get clicks, BuzzFeed. Sorry, I'm still salty about that. Using it is disgusting. Because you don't understand how much shit people have put not only Brendan and his wife and his friends through, but also the supporters of him, his fans, the Panic fans, the Brendan fans, the multi-fandom people, for example, that get ostracized because of their music preference. Let that sink in. How far has social media come to where we ostracize someone just because they support a band you don't like? Just because they support a band that had false accusations against them? If you want proven accusations, I would look at someone like... trying to pinpoint someone specifically, because there's too many. Onision comes to mind. And yes, that is me name dropping, I will admit to that. However, there's so many other situations where people have been proven to have done stuff, but people still deny it. And yet when people are proven to not have done stuff, people keep saying they have done this thing. In reality, they haven't. And that's me done for today. Thank you.